we have our first surprise guest. And yes, like you said, I believe this was a powers get. And we figured what a better way to kick off episode 1000 than by bringing on the first ever TFT guest in John Tyler head coach
No.
Ricklan Holmes.
Coach, what's going on?
What's up, Greg? How you doing, man?
Dude, it's been a minute.
It's been a minute. Been a minute.
How are
How's
things?
everything your way?
Buddy, we're having a great day. We're having a great day. How are things in
good.
beautiful Tyler, Texas?
Man, it's going good. We out here working out right now. Our kids are actually in the weight room getting ready to come out and do some conditioning. So we trying to be ready for a 2020 season. What we trying to do?
Well, so that's a good question to kind of start off with. Is you have been. I'm not trying to call you old, Coach, although you were the first guest on this show, and we're now 1,000 episodes old. So, but you've been around coaching long enough. How do you prepare for a season like this where you have no idea what to expect?
Say that one more time. You went in and out.
How do you prepare for a season like this when things are changing and when kind of the ground is shifting underneath you seemingly every day?
Well, the main thing you got to do is you got to stay true to what you've always done. And you have to make those adjustments based off of the criteria that you're presented. And, UIL has done a great job, keeping us all informed and coming up with a great plan to keep this season going in a somewhat normal fashion. So once we got those directions, man, we just kind of implemented to what we would normally be doing and just stay within the guidelines, making sure we keep our kids, our coaches, and our trainers safe.
So I guess that's one question that another question that I have is about the safety protocols. We've heard that a lot from coaches about UIL laid out some really kind of stringent guidelines and stuff like that as far as keeping kids safe and making sure they're able to practice safely. I just imagine I imagine that the conversations you're having with your coaches are about, like, is that something you guys are, like, hammering home every single day to your coaches as far as, like, we've got to do this, we've got to do this, we've got to do this? Because I know coaches are creatures of habit, and I know that I've talked with some coaches, and, like, the worst part of this is you guys are so used to going and throwing an arm around one of your players. And you can't do that.
Yeah. And it is a struggle, and you do have to constantly be reminded about the situation. And like I tell my kids and I tell my coaches is, if we don't continue to do what we're doing, y'all won't continue to do what you need to do, what you're supposed to be doing, which is playing football on Fridays and Saturdays and Thursdays. So let's stay mindful. Let's stay true to what we do. But at the same time, let's make sure that we're doing what we need to do within the guidelines to continue to do what we're doing, because we have been one of few schools that hadn't had to shut down their workouts. Mm-hmm. Because we pre-screen our kids and we're making sure that they're wearing the masks, and we're making sure we're keeping our social distance, and we're doing everything that you're supposed to do to make sure that everything gets done the way it needs to get done. So yes, it's hard, but just like anything in life, man, you got to get comfortable being uncomfortable.
It's John Tyler, Coach Ricklan Holmes, joining us on Texas Football Today. Get involved in the conversation, hashtag TFT1000. Coach, you guys are now entering this season, and there's always high expectations out there at John Tyler. Always, every single year. Like, it's excellence is demanded.
Excellent.
When you take a look at this team right now, do you have a feeling as to where you guys are going to hang your hat, what you guys are going to be about in this 2020 season?
I think this year is we're going to have more experience. Last year we played a lot of sophomores, and those sophomores that are coming back are now juniors, and they have that experience up under their belt, and they won't be making the same mistakes that they made last year. Physically, we're a really good-looking football team. We got some kids that are high recruits, but like I tell them all the time, just because you got them stars next to your name don't mean you're going to get them W's next to the team name. So we got to make sure that we gel. We got to make sure that we continue to grow and get better every day.
Speaking of, you guys have talent. I know that there are a lot of folks down there at the University of Texas who are excited about a guy who just graduated from there in Catan Crawford.
Most definitely.
This guy is look, I can look at the film and I can tell you that he's really good.
He is.
But you're the guy who sees him every day in practice. You're the guy who saw him every day in the locker room. What kind of guy are the Longhorns getting in Catan Crawford?
They're getting a guy that's probably going to be there 3 years, and he'll be playing on Sunday.
Oh wow, that's high praise coming from you, Coach. Because you know guys who play on Sunday.
Oh yeah, I know. I got a lot of them that have, and some that still are.
Yeah, I was going to say. So you think that he's the kind of guy that we could see hearing his name called by Roger Goodell?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. And hopefully by then it won't be virtually.
Amen to that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely true. So I want to ask you a little bit about realignment, because I don't know who you made mad at the UIL, but you guys have been thrust into District 758 Division 1, where all you're dealing with is Longview and Highland Park, not to mention some of the usual suspects you guys are used to, like McKinney North and Sherman and things like that. When you take a look at your realignment draw, I'm interested in kind of your perspective on what you guys got.
Well, I love it. You know, I'm a big competitive guy. I feel like if you don't play the best, you can't be the best. So with the district that we have, I feel sorry for the district that we play in by district, because whoever plays our top 4 out of our district, it's going to be rough for them, wherever it is. So because we're going to be very competitive, we got some really strong football teams in our district that are well known for winning. And I can't wait to get it started, man, because it's going to be a grind the whole district season. So everybody got to come with their A game every week, and we understand that, we know that, and we respect that. And I really appreciate it. You know, I get to see Highland Park earlier than normal, and that's always a great thing for me. Longview, we've always been playing preseason, so now we got them back in our district. So we're going to continue to do what we're doing, and we're going to let everybody know, you know, the Lions are also a team that you need to watch out for also.
I don't want to put you on the spot here and get you in trouble, but there is some news coming out of Tyler about you guys are going to be changing the name of the school,
yes,
and things like that. I'm interested in your perspective on that decision to change the name of not only that but also Tyler Lee. I'm interested in kind of your perspective on that.
Well, my perspective on it is this: it's time for it. It's time for it, and the reason I say that is, you know, with the climate that we have in the world right now, with all of the injustice and the racism, things of that nature, you know, the criteria that met Robert E. Lee to be changed, that criteria also met John Tyler. So you had to do it. And I respect the decision of the board. I actually appreciate their decision, especially being unanimous on it and understanding that it needs to be done. And I'm just really excited to see what our new name is going to be.
But to be clear, Cujo's sticking around, though, right?
Oh, yeah. We still the Lions. We still Cujo. We still royal blue and white and black. Ain't none of that changed. The only thing that's changed is the name that's in front of the Lions name.
All right. I want to ask you another question, which is, look, you were a star at Oklahoma State, and then you played in the NFL at New England and Cleveland and had a great NFL career. I'm trying to think of a nice way. Can you still go? Let's just you're out there practice. You got all these young bucks who are out there who are really, really talented and running around. Yep. But are you out there at practice making sure they know who the boss is?
I tell you what, I put on my cleats every once in a while, and when I do put on my cleats, the kids always tell me, "Coach, take your cleats off. We ain't ready for that." So I still wake up at 4:00 in the morning. I work out at 5 Monday through Friday. So I'm still in pretty good shape. I'm still able to get out here with these kids. Now, I'm not going to say I'm going to play a whole football game, but I think I can give you at least a quarter and a half of some good football. So,
look, that's all.
That's more than Tepper can give.
that's about a quarter and a half more than I can give you. It's Ricklan Holmes, the head coach of John Tyler, joining us here on Texas Football Today. Coach, every year it seems like you guys have a guy that kind of starts the year off of our radar, starts the year off of maybe the statewide radar, but by the end of the year, everybody's talking about him. Seems like that's every year with you guys. Is there a guy on your roster right now that you think, all right, this is the guy, you need to know his name right now because you're going to know it in December?
Well, I got a couple of guys like that, but the main one that sticks out right now is the sophomore, Montrell Wade. He's the one that's been getting all the attention. He has the Power 5 offers. He's a very athletic, fast, big kid. He's going to be our next parade All-American, and I look for him to be playing in the Under Armour All-American game like Keaton did.
All right, Coach, so I got a question for you, too. Obviously, I wasn't around 5 years ago when Tepper and Max gave you the call to be the first guest on Texas Football Today, but I got to ask you, you've heard Tepper for the first ever episode. Now you heard him interview you for the 1000th. Has he gotten any better at interviewing? Can you give him a grade there?
Ooh.
I'm going to give him, on an improvement level, I'm going to give him an A.
Oh!
Because I'm going to tell you why. One thing is this. He has gotten way better at his presentation of questions. You know, at the beginning, I felt like Tep kind of struggled because it was things he wanted to say, but I don't think he knew that it was the right thing to say, but now he got it down. So I'm very proud of him.
Well, look at that.
Coach,
Good job, Tep.
Coach, look. I'm just trying to get it better every day. I'm trying to go 1-0 every day, Coach.
1-0 every day, Tep. 1-0 every day.
He is Ricklan Holmes. He's the head coach of the John Tyler Lions. Follow him on Twitter at Ricklan Holmes. Coach, really appreciate your time. Best of luck today at practice, and best of luck down the road. We'll be talking.
I appreciate it. We'll see you guys mid-January at Texas at AT&T Stadium.
Ooh.
Hey, that's a bet, Coach.
Let's go.
See ya.
All right.
There he goes. Ricklan Holmes, the head coach of the John Tyler Lions.